Please rise. Please remain standing. We are gathered here today to join together Abby and Tommy in marriage, an estate instituted in love, occasioned by joy, and honored and renewed by all who pledge themselves in love to one another. Marriage is therefore not to be entered into unadvisedly, but with reverence for its responsibility as well as praise and delight for its inexpressible gifts. You, their family and friends, have been invited to this day of celebration because they want you to share in this historic, significant moment of their lives. You have been important in their lives and in bringing them to this moment. You have shared your love in the past with them, and they have shared theirs with you. This celebration is the outward expression of an inward union of hearts, a union created by loving purpose and kept by abiding will. Let us celebrate this marriage. Before we continue on, it has been requested by the bride and groom that if you want to take pictures, you go ahead and get those out of the way and put your camera and be present with us in this moment.
So if you want a picture, take it now. Okay, and put them away.
She has spoken. Later in the ceremony, Abby and Tommy will exchange rings as a symbol of their love and commitment to one another. As the ceremony proceeds, they would like to invite family and friends to take part in the warming of the rings. As the rings make their way through the group, please take a quick moment to hold them, warm them with your love, and silently make a wish or ask a blessing for this couple and their future together. Abby and Tommy, as you both stand here, having already considered the reasons for making this covenant and considered your hopes, fears, and intentions for this marriage, let us now declare before these witnesses your pledge of and love to each other. If these vows are kept, your marriage will truly be blessed and will create a home with peace and fulfillment for both of you. Abby, do you now wish to marry Tommy?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Will you have him as your husband with all the responsibilities that go into being married? Will you give him your love and receive his as well? In all adversity that befalls you, will you seek to grow together? Will you offer him forever your respect, support, encouragement, trust, faith, and love? And most importantly, will you give of yourself to him?
I will.
Do the same thing. Do you wish now to marry Abby?
I do.
Will you have her as your wife with all the responsibilities that go into being married? Will you give her your love and receive her love as well? In all adversity that befalls you, will you seek to grow together? Will you offer her forever respect, support, encouragement, trust, faith, and love? And most importantly, will you give of yourself to her?
I will.
It is important at a moment such as this for a couple to be reassured of the loving support of friends and family, such as are gathered here today. Therefore, will every guest present now stand with them, and will the congregation answer this question? Do you rejoice in the love of these two persons? Do you cherish them and their vows, and will you honor them in every way as partners? If so, will you answer, we do and we will?
We do and we will.
You may be seated. Dan and Georgianne, James and Margaret, will you give your blessing to Tommy and Abby in their new adventure? Will you support them with the freedom and love which they need? And will you share your experience and wisdom with them? Seek to learn from them as well.
We will.
We will now hear some selected readings that the bride and groom have chosen.
The Amber Spyglass by Philip Pullman. I will love you forever, whatever happens, till I die and after I die. And when I find my way out of the land of the dead, I'll drift about forever with my atoms till I find you again. I'll be looking for you every moment, every single moment. And when we do find each other again, we'll cling together, tight, that nothing and no one will ever tear us apart. Every atom of me, and every atom of you, will live in birds and flowers, dragonflies and pine trees, and in the clouds, and in those little specks of light you see floating in sunbeams. And when they use our atoms to make new lives, they won't just be able to take one, they'll have to take two, one of you and one of me.
The Wintersmith by Terry Pratchett. The Knack McFeagles are debating romance. So, is it like how we babbies are made? said Daft Woke. No, 'cause even beasties know that. But only people know about romancing, said Rob. When a bull coo meets a lady coo, he doesn't have to say, my heart goes bang bang when I see your wee face, 'cause it's kind of built into their heads. People have it more difficult. Romancing is very important, you can. Basically, it's a way that the boy can get close to the girl without her attacking him and scratching his eyes out.
Song of Solomon, 8:6-7. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is strong as death, passion fierce as the grave. Its flashes are flashes of fire, a raging flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. If one offered for love all the wealth of one's house, it would be utterly scorned.
Terry Pratchett, Nursery. And what would humans be without love? Rare, said Death.
This reading comes from the film Serenity, as did Malcolm Reynolds. You know what the first rule of flying is? Love. You can learn all the math in the verse. A boat in the air you don't love will shake you off just as sure as the turning of the world. Love keeps her in the air when she ought to fall down, tells you she's hurting before she can, makes her a home.
The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. What is real? Asked the rabbit one day when they were lying side by side near the nursery fender before Nana came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you are made, said the Skin Horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but real, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the Skin Horse, for he was always truthful. You are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the Skin Horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily or have sharp edges who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been left off and your eyes drop out and you get loose in the joints. These things don't matter at all because once you are real, you can't be ugly except to people who don't understand.
Love. It's the most powerful force that the universe has to offer us. It is a wonderful gift that comes from, and we all respond to that love differently. Love is different for all people. Some choose one person to love for the rest of their lives. Love is not something that is to be taken lightly. This is why we are here today to witness this marriage. It is all present of true love. It reminds us of promises. It reminds us of commitment. Gathered as a community of friends, family, and maybe even some strangers, we recognize that love is a strong force, and it is made visible in Abby and Tommy. And today, we recognize their willingness to commit themselves to each other. As Abby and Tommy traveled together from Lexington, where they first met, to Europe, and now Indianapolis, they created memories in life, strengthened their bond, and grew in love together. Today, they make a commitment to continue their great adventure. Abby and Tommy, you get ready to join together on the greatest adventure of your life. I would invite you to join hands and face each other as you recite vows to one another. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, boyfriend, girlfriend, maybe beautiful man or beautiful woman of God. You have learned much from one another. Say a few words that take you across the threshold of life. Things will never be quite the same. And after these vows, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband, and this is my wife."
In the years to come, seek to be responsive and open to you, share with you all that life brings. I promise to love you in the midst of the everydayness of life, to comfort you in times of sorrow, to participate with you, to stand with you in times of trial, to share with you the responsibility of building a love home, to accept personhood, to allow you to differ from me, give you the freedom to grow. I join my life with yours. I like you. I give you this ring as a symbol of my growing love and friendship. Continue to grow together.
There is little to say that has not already been heard, and little to give that is not freely given. To stand by your side and sleep in your arms, to be joy and food for your soul, to and grow with you even as time and life changes both. I promise to laugh with times and struggle alongside you in bad times. I promise to respect you and cherish you as an individual, partner, knowing that we do complete but complement one another. We have many adventures and grow older.
Two rings to unite you both. Two rings, you'll find them. Two rings you'll bring today, and with your love, bind. The rings you now give to each other are like the love that you share. Your ring is a thing of beauty which encircles and embraces, strengthens and holds comfortably. Your ring is a gift which is actively given and actively accepted. A ring is without end and can go forever. Wear it well. Let us say over the rings. Bless these rings, O God, to be the visible sign of vows made here today. That each who gives a ring and each who wears one may ever be reminded of their promises, evermore living and growing in the spirit of your love. Amen. Abby, repeat after me. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love for you.
as a symbol of my love for you
And of my decision.
and of my decision
To continue to keep my promise.
to continually keep.
Tommy, I give you this ring.
This ring
As a symbol of my love for you.
as a symbol of my love for you
And of my decision.
and of my decision
To continually keep my promise.
to continually keep my.
The only true marriage exists in the inward bond of trust and love that dwells in your hearts. We who have gathered for you a good marriage, one that is deep and rich and full. You have chosen each other as life's mate, and you have made your pledges to one another. I thereby announce that you are married. We all honor you and the commitment that you make to one another. Let us go to God in prayer. Eternal God, make us instruments of thy peace. Where hate rules, let us bring love. Where malice, forgiveness. Where disputes, reconciliation. where error, truth, where doubt, belief, where sorrow, joy. O Lord, let us strive more to comfort others comforted, to understand others more than to be understood, love others more than to be loved. For those who give, receive. Those who forget self, self. Those who forgive, receive. Amen. Abby and Tommy, go into the world and fulfill your lives. Hold fast to your ideals. Give one another new experiences of joy. Challenge one another that you might grow together. And may the love now sealed with marriage be mature and enrich the experiences of you both. Be a happy one and your lives fulfill. And may God's blessing be with you always. I now pronounce you married. You may share your wedding kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, it is a pleasure to introduce to you for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. Tommy Stevens and Mrs. Abby Adams. If you have a chair, please pick that up and take it with you. 10 chairs at a table, and make your way to the barn for the reception.